श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम ओम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम ओम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम ओम कटुतर जीवन गमे कुणाला मला परीते मधुर से कटुतर जीवन गमे कोणाला मला परीते मधुर से व्याग्रही थे जरी होत कोणी व्याग्रही थे जरी होत कोणी शांती माझ्यावर नांदतसे शांती माझ्यावर नांदतसे कटुतर जीवन गमे कोणाला मला परीते मधुरासे मला परीते मधुरासे माझ्या प्रभूच्या मंदिर प्रांती माझ्या प्रभूच्या मंदिर प्रांती जळतसे मम जीवन ज्योती जळतसे मम जीवन ज्योती प्रवेशुनीय तत्स्वरूपांत प्रवेशुनीय तत्स्वरूपांत भक्त स्वरूपे पायी राहत भक्त स्वरूपे पायी राहत कटुतर जीवन गमे कोणाला मला परीते मधुरासे मला परीते मधुरासे मम हृदयत्वा ज्योतिर्मन्दिर मम हृदयत्वा ज्योतिर्मन्दिर कळे प्रभो मजा रहस्य अंतर कळे प्रभो मजा रहस्य अंतर मत्स्वामी तू माझी माता मत्स्वामी तू माझी माता भक्त स्वामी बाळासे श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम 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 श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम ओम 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 श्री 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 राम जय जय राम 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 உன் கிருபையால் உன்னையே வேண்டுமென்ற ஆவலால் உன்னை தேடி அலைந்து அலைந்து தளர்ந்த போது கிருபாளுவாகிய நீ உந்தன் சகுண ரூபமாகிய என் குருதேவனாக வந்தாய். நீ உந்தன் சகுண ரூபமாகிய என் குருதேவனாக வந்தாய். இதுவே என் வாழ்வில் பெரியொரு மாற்றம். இதுவே என் வாழ்வில் பெரியொரு மாற்றம். என் புத்தி கட்டியபடி குருதேவன் கிருபையால் உன் சொரூபத்தை கொஞ்சம் கொஞ்சம் புரிந்து கொண்டு உன்னில் ஒன்றாய் லயிக்க வேண்டும் என்றே நினைத்து நினைத்து குரு மந்திரம் ஜெபித்து தெரிந்தபடி ஞானித்தேன். ஆனந்தமாய் ஞானித்திருந்தேன் ராமா ராமா. நீ பிரபஞ்சமாகி அதில் அனைத்துமாகி அனைத்திற்கும் ஆதாரமாகி அதற்கெல்லாம் அப்பாற்பட்டதுமாகி இருக்கின்றாய் ராமா ராமா ராமா. உன் உண்மை சொரூபம் நிர்குணம் நிராகாரம் சாஸ்வதம் ஆனால் அடியாரை ஆட்கொள்ளும் விஷ்ணு சொரூபமாய் விளங்கும் உன்னை நீ கொடுத்த பக்தியால் சிந்தித்தோ தியானித்தோ உந்தன் பெரும் கருணையில் மூழ்கியதே என் மனம். சாந்தமாகி உன் சொரூபத்தை தியானிக்கும் போது கண்டேன் என் மனக்கண்ணில் செங்கமல பூமியில் நிற்கும் மிருதுவான அழகிய உந்தன் பொற்பாதங்கள். யோகியதம் மனதில் தியானிக்கும் திருவடிகள் அடியாதம் துய நீக்கி முக்தி தரும் பாதமலர்கள். அடியார்கள் கோரிக்கை வழங்கிடும் மலரடிகள் என் மனதில் எப்பொழுதும் விளங்க வேண்டும். என் மனதில் எப்பொழுதும் விளங்க நீலமேக சியாமளனே பீதாம்பரம் தரித்து நீலப்பட்டு அறையில் கட்டி வந்தோர்க்கெல்லாம் வரமளிக்கும் வரதனே. உனக்கு நமஸ்காரம் உனக்கு நமஸ்காரம். வண்டும் ஈயும் நருந்தேனை நாடி வரும் வனமாலை சோவிக்கும் கௌஸ்துபமணி மார்பில் அணிந்து அடியாதம் மனதை அடிமை கொள்ளும் உன் சுந்தர சொரூபம் என் மனதில் எப்பொழுதும் விளங்கவே. சங்கு சக்கர கதாபத்மம் கைகளில் ஏந்தி சாந்தமாய் இருக்கும் உன் சொரூபத்தை தியானிப்போர்க்கு உந்தன் சாயுத்த பதவியை நல்கும் கிருபாலுனி கிருபாலுனி. புன்னகை புரியும் சோவிதுகிடும் திருவதனாம் மனம் கவரும் செழும் கண்ணங்கள் தாமரைகள் ஒக்கும் விசால நயனங்கள் புன்னகை புரியும் சுவாமிகளும் திருவதனம் மனம் கவரும் செழும் கண்ணங்கள் தாமரைகள் ஒக்கும் விசால நயனங்கள் அடியா துய நீக்கும் அருப்பாதை நல்கும் உன் சுந்தர சுரூபம் என் மனதில் எப்பொழுதும் இறங்கவே என் மனதில் எப்பொழுதும் இறங்கவே காதில் அணிந்த மகர குண்டலமும் மகந்த நெற்றியில் சந்தன பொட்டும் நவரத்ன மணிமகுடம் விளங்கும் சுந்தர சுரூபம் நீ காதில் அணிந்த மகர குண்டலமும் அகண்ட நெற்றியில் சந்தன பொட்டும் நவரத்ன மணிமகுடம் விளங்கும் சுந்தர சுரூபம் நீ எல்லாருக்கும் அருட்பாவை நல்கிட வேண்டும் உந்தன் சுந்தர சுரூபம் சாந்த சுரூபம் என் மனதில் எப்பொழுதும் ரமிக்க வேண்டும் ரமிக்கவே கற்பனை கெட்டாதானாயினும் உன்னை மோதிப்போர்க்கு பக்தி முக்தி தரும் கோமளரூபம் மதுவிலும் மதிமதுரமாம் உந்தன் நாமம் தனை பாடுவார் ஆனந்த அலையில் திளைக்கின்றனரே நிர்குணன் நீ மனதிற்கு எட்டாதவன் நீ புத்திக்கும் அப்பாற்பட்டவன் நீ ஆயினும் பக்தியினால் தூய்மை விட்டோர் உன்னருளால் உந்தன் சகுண ரூபம் கண்டிடலாமே உந்தன் இனிய நாமம் ஸ்ரீராம் ஜெய ராம் ஜெய ஜெய ராம் ஓம் 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 ஸ்ரீராம ஜெய ராம் ஜெய ஜெய ராம் எப்போதும் என்னாவில் நிலைத்து நிற்க வேண்டும் எப்போதும் நிலைத்து நிற்க வேண்டும் காண்பதெல்லாம் நீயே ஆயினும் உருவெல்லாம் நிலையற்றவை அவற்றில் கொள்ளும் மோகம் துயருக்கே வித்து மகான்களின் பரமநேயத்தால் கடும் துன்பங்களும் நீங்கிடுவே நிலையானது ஒன்று மட்டும் நிலையானது ஒன்று மட்டும் நிலையானது ஒன்றே மட்டும் நிலையானது ஒன்று மட்டும் நிலையானது ஒன்று மட்டும் நிலையானது ஒன்றே மட்டும் பரமாத்ம சைதன்யமும் சின்மய ரூபமும் சாசுதம் சாசுதத்தில் பிரேமகைத்தால் கிட்டுவே சாசுத ஆனந்தமும் சாந்தியும் சாசுதமும் சுரூபம் நித்திய சாந்தியும் அதுவே அதனை தியானிப்போர்க்கு பரம சாந்தி நல்கும் சுரூபம் உந்தன் சாசுத சுரூபத்தை எப்போதும் எப்போதும் தியானித்து அதிலிருந்து கிட்டும் நித்திய சாந்தியுடன் உனக்கே பணிபுரிந்து உன்னில் லயித்திட நல்லருள் புரிவாய் உனக்கே பணிபுரிந்து உன்னில் லயித்திட நல்லருள் புரிவாய் சாஸ்வதத்தில் ஒன்றி கலந்தும் நானும் செய்தான் நீ என் தெய்வத்தாய் நானும் சேவகன் நீயே இவ்வாறே என் ஜீவன் நடக்க வேண்டும் உன் சாகி சாகரத்தில் ஆனந்த சாகரத்தில் நீந்தி விளையாடினான் எப்போதும் உன் உன்னிடத்தில் இருக்க வேண்டும், எப்போதும் உன்னிடத்தில் இருக்க வேண்டும். அப்படி என் ஜீவனை திவ்ய ஜீவனாய் உய்வித்து உன் அறப்பணி ஆற்றுவதே எவ்வாறு நியமமாகி ஆனந்தம் ஆனந்தம் ஆனந்தமாயிருப்போம். ராமா ராமா ராமா. சர்வேசனாய ராமா, எல்லாமாய் நிற்கின்றாய் நீ, எல்லாத்துக்கும் அப்பாற்பட்டும் நிற்கின்றாய் நீ. கண்ணால் காணும் பிரபஞ்சமும் நீயே, கண்ணிற்கு அப்பாற்பட்ட கோடி கோடி பிரபஞ்சங்களும் நீயே, அனைத்தும் நீ அனைத்திலும் நீ என்னே ஆச்சரியம். அனைத்தும் நீ அனைத்திலும் நீ என்னே ஆச்சரியம். ஈதலும் பந்தமில்லாதவன் நீ ஆயினும் அனைவருக்கும் பந்துவாயிருப்பவனும் நீயே ராமா. நூலில் கோட்ட மணி போல் உன்னில் கோட்டதாம் பிரபஞ்சம் அனைத்தும் மணியும் நீயே, நூலும் நீயே, எல்லாம் நீயே. இதுவே சத்தியம், இதுவே சத்தியம். நீ ஒன்றல்லவாம், நீ பலபலவாம், இதுவே அறிவில்லாதவர்கள் பேச்சு. பூர்ணமாகிய ஒன்றிலிருந்து வந்ததே அந்த பிரபஞ்சமும், அதுவும் பூர்ணமே. பூர்ணத்தில் பூர்ணமதை எடுத்தாலும் எஞ்சியதும் பூர்ணமே, எஞ்சியதும் பூர்ணமே. அதி ஆச்சரியமாம் இந்த சத்தியத்தில் நித்திய சுரூபமாய் விளங்குவனும் நீயே ராமா. இவ்விதம் உன்னை தியானித்து தெவிட்டாத உந்தன் நினைவால் நிறைந்ததே என் நெஞ்சாம். அடியார்க்கும் அடியவனாம் இந்த எளியேனுக்கு உந்தன் திருவருள் புரிந்திட வேண்டும் ஐயனே, திருவருள் புரிந்திட வேண்டும் ஐயனே, திருவருள் புரிந்திட வேண்டும். உன்னில் நான் கலந்து நான் இல்லாமலாக வேண்டும், உன்னில் நான் கலந்து நான் இல்லாமலாக வேண்டும். உன்னில் ஒன்றாய் லயித்து நானற்று நீயே ஆக வேண்டும், உன்னில் ஒன்றாய் லயித்து நானற்று நீயே ஆக வேண்டும். எந்தையே நீ ஒருவனே ஆயினும் நீ பிரபஞ்சத்தில் பல உருவாகி நீ அநேகனே எனத் தோன்றும் மாயலீலை என்றோ புரிகின்றாய். சத்தியமாய் உன்னை அறிந்தோறும் வித்தையாமுந்தன் சுரூபத்தை எங்கனமே எம்புவரோ இது சாத்தியமோ சாத்தியமோ. நாமரூபமாயை உந்தன் சுரூபம் நிச்சயமே, நாமரூபமற்ற உந்தன் சுரூபம் நாமரூபமாய உந்தன் சுரூபம் நிச்சயமே. நாமரூபமற்ற உந்தன் சுரூபம் நிச்சயமே. சலமும் நிச்சலமும் இரண்டும் ஒருங்கிணைந்து உன்னில் ஒரே சமயத்தில் உறைவது அற்புதம். சலமும் நிச்சலமும் இரண்டும் ஒருங்கிணைந்து உன்னில் ஒரே சமயத்தில் உறைவது அற்புதம், அது அற்புதம். ஸ்ரீராமா ஜெய ராமா, ஜெய ஜெய ராமா. ஸ்ரீராமா ஜெய ராமா, ஜெய ஜெய ராமா. ஸ்ரீராமா ஜெய ராமா, ஜெய ஜெய ராமோ. 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 ஸ்ரீராமா ஜெய ராமா, ஜெய ஜெய Jaya Rama, Jaya Jaya Rama, Om Shri Rama, Jaya Radhe Shyama, Radhe Shyama, Radhe Shyama, Hare Hare, Radhe Shyama, Radhe Shyama, Radhe Shyama, Radhe Shyama, Hare Hare. Rama Sita, Rama Sita, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Rama Sita, Rama Sita, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Radhe Shyam, Radhe Shyam, Radhe Shyam, Hare Hare. Radhe Shyam, Radhe Shyam, Radhe Shyam, Hare Hare. Rama Sita, Rama Sita, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Rama Sita, Rama Sita, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Shri Ram Jaya Ram, Shri Ram Jaya Ram, Jaya Jaya Ram Om. 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 Shri
Prabhu mere सच्चा धाम है, ऐसे भगवान को हमारा भी प्रणाम है, भगवान को हमारा भी प्रणाम है। जय राम जय जय राम, श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम, जय राम जय जय राम, श्री राम 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 जय राम जय जय राम। राम जिसका नाम है वो उसका धाम है, ऐसे तुमको ध्यान तो हमारा भी प्रणाम है, तुमको ध्यान तो हमारा भी प्रणाम। राधे श्याम 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 राधे श्याम। शंभो जिसका नाम है, काशी जिसका धाम है, शंभो जिसका नाम है, काशी जिसका धाम है, जैसे भोलेनाथ को हमारा भी प्रणाम है, पांडुरंग नाम है, पंढरपुर धाम है, ऐसे भक्ति दाता को हमारा भी प्रणाम है। वेंकटरमणा नाम है, तिरुमल किसका धाम है, ऐसे आपद बांधव को हमारा भी प्रणाम है। वेंकटरमणा 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 नारायण नाम है, बदरी जिसका धाम है, ऐसे मुक्ति दाता को हमारा भी प्रणाम है। नारायण 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 बाबा जिसका नाम है, आनंदाश्रम धाम है, बाबा जिसका नाम है, आनंदाश्रम धाम है, ऐसे चलना सागर को हमारा भी प्रणाम है। श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम, 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 श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम। कृष्णा माई नाम है, आनंदाश्रम धाम है, कृष्णा माई नाम है, आनंदाश्रम धाम है, ऐसे महामाता को हमारा भी प्रणाम है। श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम, 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 श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम। Ram
महनीय कृपा महनीय कृपा Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Hari Om to everybody. So this is the concluding session. Actually, whenever any Bhagavad Saptaham is conducted, so technically it will be coming to a close. But at the same time, they will say Bhagavatam does not stop. So they will again start. You might be remembering when we have this Hare Rama Saptah here, though it is scheduled for 7 days, the concluding session will be over, then again they will start. Because it's a never-ending process. Sadhana is like that. It has no conclusion. Until we become one with him, sadhana goes on. But still in the Vyavaharic language we used to say that today is the concluding program. So as spiritual aspirants, it is a non-stop process which God has bestowed upon us. So during the past 7-8 days, He facilitated us to go through some important aspects of sadhana. He tried to make clear the goal to be achieved and also how to fine-tune ourselves in the methodology we are continuing to speed up our spiritual progress, and also what are the hurdles that prevent us from scaling the heights. So we have to be vigilant, alert. All those things were covered during these 7-8 days unknowingly. So today morning when we started on the recap, we came across for 4-5 points like who wants God realization. Papa is drawing our attention to the various facts that are keeping us away from the goal. Not that we don't, unknowingly we slip into that. The dilution or the aberration takes place without our knowledge. The moment we think about Ramnam, the moment we think about the inspiring life of Papa, Mataji, or Swamiji, we get a thrill, we get connected. But now we know it is only emotionally connecting with us, sentimentally connecting with us, not deep. So this year he chose how to connect deeply with us. We don't mean their form, the ideal they represent through the form. So the first day when they prompted us to take up Srimad Bhagavad Gita, because it was a Gita Jayanti day, and Papa's words, you might be remembering, Bhagavad Gita is a veritable mosaic of eternal wisdom. it has not left unsolved a single problem pertaining to the conduct of human life, both in its spiritual and physical spheres. For the highest truths of philosophy, and also for the perfect light on the practical side of life, one has to go to this great work. The message of the entire Gita is to reveal the harmony and identity of the soul with God and of God with nature. These are his words. From there we started. So the process of integrating the theme of the Bhagavad Gita into our daily life. As we said, there are about 701 slokas. Nobody will be able to understand it in one go, nor is it necessary. It is an 18-roomed mansion with the different sizes of the room. It may not be physically possible for people like us who are involved in various activities to go through this intensely and try to imbibe. So Gita doesn't ask us. Mother Gita is open for all of us. Whenever we are in trouble, at the mental level, intellectual level, physical level, at the social level, at the family level, at the professional level, there are so many things that are available which Mother Gita provides. All that we have to do is to go and approach that particular. So then we listed about 10 problems that normally we face, and how does Gita answer this? Move from stress to serenity. Of the 701 slokas, one sloka will answer this, or two slokas will answer this. Second one is realize the truth of interconnectedness, interdependence. Parasparam bhavayantam. And strive for excellence in everything. Yoga karmasu kaushalam. Bring spirituality into daily life. Chapter number 7, chapter number 10. That means we are trying to connect ourselves with him. Where from we have come? We have come from that spirit. When he says, Bijam maam sarvabhutanam. So like that there are so many shlokas. The tendency of the sense of individuality to assert its supremacy gets reduced. Right from the seed level up to this level, the Lord has been providing us, facilitating us, everything for us. That is how we bring spirituality into daily life. Then harmony at home, harmony at workplace, harmony with friend circle. This is what we need, every day. Whatever we may say, if we have to ensure harmony everywhere, we have to realize the truth that he is present as family members, employer, colleagues, friends, and as every object, emotion, thought, and situation. When we are able to make this a part of our daily life, we will realize that nobody is irrelevant, nobody is unimportant, nobody is insignificant. Wherever and whatever we take, whenever we take a non-judgmental approach, we ensure harmony at all levels. And there are so many slokas. Chapter number 13, chapter number 12, chapter number 5. Then maintain equanimity. Samatvam yogamuchate. How do I keep my balance always? Whenever challenges come, whenever duties come up, whenever commitments come up, how do I stand? then understand the role of necessities, comforts, luxuries in our life. These are the three things which propel us to action. To have a comfortable life, first we need necessities. We have defined what is basic necessity. When we are blessed with that, our mind will not get contented with that, and we will try to look for comforts. And even after that has been met with, we go for luxuries. The purpose of understanding these three will make us realize that possessions which we feel are necessary at one time become unnecessary burdens later. This will also simplify our life. We must develop a tendency to accept much more than we really need, while others in the world have less than they need. In the backdrop of the life others lead, we may be able to minimize our wants. By this process, the space occupied by relations and possession is made available for God. Again, chapter number 6, chapter number 12, various slokas. Then the next problem we identified, to probe into our own and the world's origin. Where do I come from? The purpose of probing into this vital aspect is to develop total subservience to the power which is behind our very human birth, and also the reason behind for our individual taste, temperament, aptitude, preference, priorities, which is different in others. And finally, to know that, we will have to realize everything as it is, in its own place, without choosing one thing rather than the other. The acceptance. When we know that we have come from one family, Vasudhaiva Kudumbakam, the sense of otherness will slowly, gradually get reduced. At least when somebody is in trouble, our mind will well up, with emotions of empathy and sympathy, and try to do whatever we have. These are all the signs by which we extend ourselves from me to we. For that we need the common factor in all of us. So we try to go to the origin. Gita in so many slokas brings out this. How all have emanated from one source. Then creativity and greed. Chapter number 13, sloka number 14. The purpose of becoming aware of this is to ensure that while we bring out the creativity or dynamism within us, we should ensure that it does not serve as a fuel for our greed. The superpower gave us the human birth, provided everything including the equipment, the intelligence, the field, and ours is to express the latent power within us for the welfare of all. This revelation also teaches that we cannot appropriate the result exclusively for us because of the various external contributory facts behind bringing out the creativity. So nobody can assert and arrogate, I have brought it out, I have brought it out. Intelligence he gives, and the field is given to us, and the material is given to us. We remember Swami Chintanji Maharaj in one of his talks used to say that for anything that has to become a reality, there are three main causes. One is the material cause, second is the instrumental cause, and the third is the intelligence cause. Material cause, matter we have not brought anything. Instruments, we have not brought anything. Intelligence, we have not brought anything. So when it is rooted through us, when we become aware that he has given us this, he gave us the prompting. When there is no amplifier in the world, he made somebody to think about it. And the various articles. And as he kept on improving his performance through trial and error, and one day the breakthrough he had, and that is why this is given to the society. And we don't know the other, but we are using it. No? When there were 1 or 2 or 3, 4 of people, there was no need. So when he created the need for a big audience, and naturally they cannot hear, the field is created. So material costs, instrumental costs, efficiency costs. Right? All these 3 are necessary, and all these things are given to us by him. So when we become aware of him, how can we take credit? So this is called creativity. So with the moment I become aware that I have been blessed with this opportunity, I will not be thinking in terms of me and mine, which is the seed bed for greed. And the Purusharthas, dharma, artha, kama, moksha. It is beautifully defined in English as ethics, earning, enjoyment, and emancipation. There also Bhagavad Gita throws light, chapter number 7, sloka number 11. The purpose of knowing these 4 human efforts is to have a comprehensive understanding about a prosperous, successful, contented, peaceful life. Everything we start with ethics, dharma. Ethics is the one that connects me properly with the rest of the creation, with Mother Nature as well as society. Ethics. So first in the step is ethics. Based upon that we are permitted to earn. Based upon that we are permitted to enjoy. And after some time we start thinking, still the sense of incompleteness, insufficiency, it is still there. Then I think about something eternal, not the ephemeral. So when I move toward that, I get liberated. So dharma, artha, kama, moksha. So Bhagavad Gita touches all these points, and from there, evening session we started concentrating upon Papa's oft-quoted sloga, Ananyashcintayanto maam yedana paryupasate tesham nityabhiyuktanam yoga kshemam maam. The Lord assured that I will ensure yoga and kshema for you, provided you rely on me with Ananyashcinta. If you exclusively depend upon me, I take care of your yoga and kshema. So Papa's whole life is based upon this yoga kshema mahamya. That is why he was absolutely free from any tension, free from any planning, free from anything, because he knew the life has been actuated by the Lord, and the Lord knows how it should move forward. And in him, yoga and kshema are taken care of. In fact, for the past 93 years, this ashram is a proof for all of us. Ashram does not initiate anything. Ashram does not mobilize anything. Ashram does not take any other initiative, but things are going on excellently well. Because of their grace, they keep on pumping these ideas into our mind that we are not the planners, we are not the executors. If he wants us to do certain things through ashram, he will make arrangements for that. Not only the wherewithal, but also the instruments. So Papa keeps on telling about this. We are only tools, we are only tools. In one of his poems also he clearly brings it out. So yoga kshema mahamyam. And then when Papa was elaborately discussing about it, one child asked, how am I to remember that he will take care of me throughout my life? Sometimes I remember. Most of the time I don't remember, no? Immediately Prabhupada says, Ramnam. Then we also start thinking, we are also chanting Ramnam, but why is it that we don't feel absolutely safe in his hands? So Papa makes us to think, unless we try to get a clarity of whose name we are chanting, this feeling of insufficiency will be there. Because we are not clear about him, we are chanting, that's all. That is how Papa is drawing our attention to the first page of the first book, In Quest of God. Not even first chapter, first page. There he defines who is the great provider, whose name Papa has given us Ram. So it defines as subtle and mysterious power. He is not an entity. He is the power activating, vitalizing, enlivening power in us, in everything. We got in Bhagavad Gita is Charajaram, moving and unmoving, that power. So when we chant Ramnam, I must slowly bring out these, Papa names it as attributes, and elaborately talks about it. And next day, Papa did not merely teach. His own life was shining example of these truths. That was probably not taken. Even when in the preliminary stages of the ashram, there was no worker here. So Papa and Mataji were doing everything. So at that time, one incident was pointed out that while cleaning the rice, on those days we don't get like what we have today. The paddy has to be sent either hand pounding or from the mill. And when it comes here, we have to do the sifting, winnowing, remove. So after that, some grains of rice were left. So Papa came there, sat there, picked up one by one. There are so many incidents, one incident. So nothing is irrelevant, nothing is unimportant, nothing is insignificant. And when he says work is worship, he tries to bring in this form. Any work that we do, when we know that we have been given a human body not because of us, the human body is functioning not because of us. If the air is not there, how will I function? No? If the earth is not there, how will I move? How will I exist? If the space is not there, how will I move? Like that, everything, and when I start thinking about it, whatever I am doing is also a payback to him. So, whenever anything has to be done, he will always say, in the early days of the ashram, when the ashram did not have any servants or inmates, Papa would lend a helping hand in the kitchen also, in cutting vegetables, peeling potatoes and the like. And Papa would laugh and joke about it afterwards, saying how poor a workman he was. Every grain of rice is precious. There are many hungry millions in our land. It does not behove us to waste any rice. So, then on the 25th, this you might all remember, Dialogue with the Diabetes. The message, instead of grumbling and complaining, I have got this problem, I have got that problem, Papa gently conveys to us, that even when a disease comes, it is also accepted as his will. His will means as soon as the creation takes place, he has also brought along with the creation material law and spiritual law. So whenever we violate, unknowingly, knowingly nobody violates. Unknowingly when we violate, we are not exempt from its punishment, and so we have to go through that. So disease is not something, when we accept it rationally, it serves to a very great extent to reduce the gravity attached to it. So it is a monologue. He talks to the diabetes and how he takes it coolly. What we label as desirable or undesirable belong to the law of nature, both willed by him alone. When we knowingly or unknowingly violate physical or spiritual, it results in pain and suffering. However, remedies are given, though not for all, through medical science and technology. So we get some picture about the physical diseases, and then we move to Ramnam, eternal assurance. Ramdas is only a mouthpiece of Ram. He speaks but what Ram tells him to. So that's why he said, when chanting Ramnam, we should keep on bringing this idea that we are chanting the name of one who is within us, who is making us to chant. Otherwise it will be like a superficial lip-level activity. He says, Ramdas is only a mouthpiece of Ram. He is doing the chanting. He speaks. Who speaks? Ramdas speaks what Ram tells him to do. So every moment of his life, he was aware of this. Repeat this mantra always, day and night, no matter what you do, sitting, walking, traveling, and all will be well with you. So if we feel that all is not well with us, we remember what Papa said to Puja Swamiji when he came here for the first time, sitting in this bench. If you do Ramnam properly, you will not have any doubts. But properly, we were not able to understand. Now we understand. Lot of manana has gone. When Papa started chanting, he was chanting with all these dimensions. Then somebody asked whether we should observe any rules by chanting Ramnam before bath, after bath. You may repeat it at all times, but when you chant the name of God, bring to your mind His glories, His greatness. You are making me to chant. You gave me my life. You provided me the body. You provided the mind intellect. And now you have given the name and you make me to chant. So much of gratitude wells up in our mind. One more. Ramnam is the pole on which you must make the monkey, that is your ego, dance up and down. Until wearied of it, it runs away from you forever. That is why he used the word constant. Because mind will definitely go to so many other fields. So we will not leave our Ramnam. Praying to him deeply. I am chanting the name of one who is within me, who is making me to chant. So I get disconnected the moment the mind goes out. That is why we remembered also his 3 steps. You remember? Chanting is for remembrance. Remembrance is for connecting ourselves with him. And connection with him helps us to broaden the love circle. This is very important. Chanting is for remembrance. Remembrance leads us to connecting ourselves with him. And connecting ourselves with Him will automatically enable us to expand from me to we. Because He is there in everybody, and then Ramnam circle. Ramdas can tell you to go on repeating Ramnam to gather its sweetness. He was making a mention about sweetness. Sweetness will come only when, to a very great extent, we have subdued the low passions of our heart. When we have a lot of attraction, our cravings, ambition, attachments, the name will not taste sweet to us. That He brings it out in a beautiful way. So the technique, he says, is when you chant, you try to go along with the tune and to the sound. And through the sound, you try to reach the core of our being. When one just went on repeating Ramnam, there was a likelihood of his mind wandering all over the place. On the other hand, when Ramnam was sung or hummed in a tuneful way, the melodious tune would help immensely in the early stages in stilling the mind and enabling the devotee to concentrate on the glories of the Lord's name. So this is how we make use of the Ramnam to go within, deep, deep, deep. So Ramnam should enter into our mind and soul. Drawing all visitors to the ashram into the Ramnam circle is the main mission of Anandashram. Spread the name of the Lord far and wide. Even the trustee deed we mentioned, which was constituted in 1954, the aims and objects first is the dissemination of the glory of the divine name. He made it very clear. So that we try to identify the common factor. When we try to identify the common factor, the sense of otherness gets reduced and we become more and more broad enough from me to we, silently. These were all touched. And 27th when we reached, that was the day of the sannyas day. So we were going through Puja Swamiji's words on the importance of the day. Huh? So in that we will read because it's a very important day. That is why the whole program got arranged. Today is a very important day for all the spiritual children of revered and beloved Papa, because it was on this day 101 years ago that the final act of severing the worldly ties took place in the life of Vittal Rao. This turn of events hastened his spiritual quest, took him to its zenith of ultimate realization. In 2 years' time, 2 years' time, from 1920 to 1922, he was able to scale the heights. And on that day, the flag hoisting was also done. And then we came to know about the importance of flag hoisting. The flag reminds us of the goal to be scaled. Act of hoisting reminds us of communicating our commitment to the Almighty, to the Guru. That yes, I have not forgotten this. So then, to intensely remember him and draw inspiration from his life, we celebrate this day. So like that, Papa's whole, because the sannyas took place 101 years ago, we are all sitting here. Otherwise this ashram would not have come at all. It is only for us and us only. Later on we found, if left to Papa and Mataji, they would not have set up this ashram. They would like to lead the itinerant life. But for the sake of all of us, they established the ashram and have been a source of perennial inspiration to many, many, many ardent devotees and aspirants all over the globe. How many people come from different countries? How many? This year also so many we had. Even many of them may not know the language, But somebody takes the pain of translating. Russian, when they came here, when they saw somebody has translated in the vision of God, God experience, everything, they got thrilled. Many people, they find it difficult to communicate, but they draw inspiration from him mysteriously. Whether it is French people, whether it is Korea, whether it is Portugal, different. So we all remember that. This serve without any publicity, without any missionary work. It goes on silently. And when we give the prasad, when they take leave, you can see their face, glowing with joy, a sense of fulfillment. So then on 27th, that was also discussed. And later on, just like any other license, like passport, it has to be renewed. So we are now making use of this Sannyas Day, an occasion for renewing our commitment. So Papa's words were again heard, and there was a mass initiation. And then in the evening session, some books were released. And on 28th, Papa's primer. What is Papa's primer? In first class, first standard, second standard, we have a primer. His first primer is surrender, God's will. And that threw a lot of light, as today morning also we discussed. Through that he combines, there is no separation between spiritual life and worldly life. God is not going away when we forget Him. God is very much with us, whether we do Ramnam or whether we are involved in any other work. So this aspect he wants us to remember. Ram's will be done. That is the primer. So it gave us the clue that previously we were thinking, when we do Ramnam, when we do bhajan, when we go to ashram, when we go to temple, when we go to any pravachans, when we do shastra, abhyas, swadhyay, these are all, when somebody takes sannyas, we meet a sannyasi, all these things are spiritual. Leading a family life, professional life, social life, it is worldly life. That is how we developed this thought. But on that particular day when Papa was concentrating on this primer, Rams will be done, Rams will be done, Rams will be done. And the question was asked straight away, Papa, what is Ram's will now? Immediately, spontaneously the reply came, his will is that Ramdas should get up now, go to the carpenter's shed, come back to Panchavati and sit there and wait for the mail to attend. That made us to think. Anything that we do, anything that we do at any place, it is because he is there. It is by his will everything is being done. So he is not away from us at any time. And then we also remember his famous quotation which we read in the morning. In the world play, in this world play, there is one power at work, one consciousness that witnesses all his movement, one intelligence that guides and controls of all affairs. In fact, one spiritual radiance which is flooding the entire earth. This power and radiance is God, and His will ever triumphs. So there is no divide between spiritual life and the worldly life if it is realized that the above power is witnessing all our action, starting from the moment we get up from the bed till we retire to the bed. It's a wonderful proof. And we took it that is the take-home message of this 7-8 days program. A feeling that He is with us, within us. He has been with us. You would have heard so many slogas, so many writings, inspiring words of wisdom of Mahatmas. But still we have considered Him as something separate from us. That is why we have separated spiritual and worldly. Whereas He is very much with us. In different roles. So that was the topic on 28th and he also gently reminded, on the first day or second day itself, he gently reminded us who wants God realization. When our attention is not so many things, though outwardly we may go to ashram or temple or do this or do that, there is no keen desire in us to realize His presence within us. He is always there, whether we realize or not. But we should realize, we should remember that He is within us. So Papa was telling, who wants? Our attention is drawn to so many, and finally, though it appears to be a frustrated statement, finally he says he is assured, God will prompt them when He wants to do it. Ram's will be done. And then he also gently pointed out, when we come to the ashram, what should be our mental attitude. It is not to spend some time here, but not to unload our pettiness here, but to expand our love circle. To dwell more and more on God thought. How He has been helping us right from our seed level. This is a place where the conducive atmosphere is there for us to dwell on it more and more, rather than getting stuck on any other thing. So he pointed out that. Those are all the things I think we have covered. Anything else? Huh? Huh?
Eternal seed. Eternal seed.
Eternal seed. Eternal seed. Because in the eternal seed he says, when a seed sprouts, the moment the seed sprouts, the seed dies. It is transformed into something else. But here, though he says Bijam Maam Sarvabhutanam, the seed remains intact. The seed, when it allows the sprout to come, it remains. And elaborately it is explained by many, many people. Because we know that we are, normally our origin is our parents, but suddenly we realize they are also born to their parents, they are also born to their parents. So where from they started? The first cause, the first seed. Then we realize parents are only instrumental cause. When we look at the coconut tree, it is very clear, it has come from a seed coconut. That seed coconut has come from another tree. That tree has come from another seed coconut. So when we eat any fruit, that fruit has come from a plant, a tree. That fruit tree has come from a seed fruit. That seed fruit has come from another tree. Whether it is ginger, whether it is pepper, whether it is bindi, whether it is tomato, whether it is anything, So the first cause, where can be the first cause? That is why he says, Bijam Maam Sarva Bhutanam. Not only human beings, every species that we find is the origin. He means not an entity, the power. So that it is good that you again pointed out, because this is a very important thing in our spiritual journey. That is the one which is going to connect us with our origin, our source, our root. And the root is for all. Papa's beautiful, simple quotation is there. Life can be understood only by going to the very root of it. And the root is ever sweet and eternal. That is why he is asking us, you must go past your senses, mind and intellect. You must traverse beyond all your ideas, ideals. You must transcend all limits, conditions, tastes. Then alone you will have the fullest vision and realization of your immortal root. This immortal root is also the root of all that exists, the visible and the invisible worlds, and all beings and creatures in them. The great cause, the supreme Lord of the world, is at once the static, all-pervading truth and also the dynamic spirit, active, manifest in the vast phenomena. As a single seed sprouts and grows into a variegated tree, so from the one immutable, infinite original source have come forth the countless worlds and its creatures that make up the universe. So going to the root, going to the source, going to our bijam, that is a wonderful factor by which we get connected with everybody, we get connected with Him. Oneness with God, oneness with man and man, oneness with man and the universe, and oneness with God. These three things. It all comes out only through concentration on our very source. And Papa names that source as Ram. So when we repeat Ramnam, knowingly or unknowingly, there is an effort on our part to get ourselves connected to the original source, the source in everybody. So the Ramnam touch it stands for expansion from individual to universe. Any other point we have forgotten?
Yes, Swamiji, the call. Swamiji spoke a lot about the call when you read that portion from Papa's words on Call on the Lord also.
This time?
Yes, Swamiji. When you read that flute and the stringed instrument, ill-tuned instrument.
That was about the hurdle, the roadblock.
No, Swamiji. When Uncle Ramdas Mama asked about the call that day.
Yeah, correct. That is not the call of the devotee. That was about when there is an assurance to us. When we have claimed Him as our parent, when we call on Him, then He will take care of. Yes, that particular point, call. Wait 1 minute, I'm trying. Any other name, any other word you remember? Remember him, Papa once said, and you will at once have him by your side. Call him, he will at once answer your prayers. Love him, he will at once make you his. Papa would say, simply yearn to hear the call of his devotee. God is waiting for our call. That is why we remember. God is waiting for our call. Ram would go to any length to enjoy the priceless love of his flock, even to the extent of bringing them all sorts of trouble so that they would remember him and call him. Because it was always in times of adversity that you remember Ram. So here the call came, to call him, he will at once answer your prayer. But nowadays we may feel we are calling him, he is not attending. What is good for us will be attended. So our call. He has prompted us to pray to him, that's all. We leave it matter. But the very fact that we call, we pray, it shows, we have faith in him. It may be because we have heard somebody prayed, they got some relief. Initially it will be Artha and Artharthi will be there. So from there we have to graduate ourselves to something higher and higher. That is what Papa here says. Call him and he will at once answer your prayer. Love him, he will at once make you his for all the time to come. Ram, Papa would say, simply yearned to hear the call of his devotees. Ram would go to any length to enjoy the priceless love of his flock. So that was also there. So we, as devotees, we should keep the channel of communication alive. Huh? Aptoktim Kannam Nadadu. Vivek Chudamani. Vivek Chudamani. Yeah. That also we played that PPT. In Vivek Chudamani and the particular sloga, Aptoktim Kannam, we were remembering, and Swami Chinmayanji was explaining to us through an example, and that was displayed here. Merely calling for the treasures within will not help it to come out. We have to do our own efforts. The sloga was so beautiful, and we all remember even after 5 or 6 decades, because it is something which we can easily understand. Aptoktim kananam tato varichida tutkarshanam sivridim nikshepa samkshepate nahi bahi shabdaistu nirgachyati maya karya tirohitam swamalam tattvam na duryukti. So we have to do that effort, then only the truth will come out. So similarly, when hearing all these things, suppose we just go, we will not be able to feel his presence. We have to do the plumbing, digging inside. That was also, yes, touched upon. Then, anything else? Mataji, yes. What should be the attitude while we are involved in service? Papa was bringing out Puja Mataji. To her, there is nothing another. Giving is not something giving, She has defined giving is only because it is theirs. When somebody comes and asks something, if it is available here, immediately she finds God has provided to pass it on to them. And by their grace, the legacy still goes on. So, Papa elaborately discussed about the attitude of service as placed before us through Puja Mataji's life. And anything else? Huh?
Until we reach God.
Uttishtada.
Move forward until we reach the God.
Move forward and
Until we reach the God.
until we reach the goal. Yeah. There was a song also, Uttishtada. In Kannada, there was a song was there.
Haridas Giri Swamiji's perspective on chanting.
1 minute. Uttishtada Jagrada. ಉತ್ತಿಷ್ಠತ ಜಾಗ್ರದ ಮನುಜ, ಗುರಿಯನ್ನು ಸೇರುವವರೆಗೂ ನೀ ಅರಕ್ಷಣೆ ನಿಲ್ಲದೆ ಮುಂದಿನ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್. ಓ ಮ್ಯಾನ್, ಅರೈಸ್, ಅವೇಕನ್, ಸ್ಟಾಪ್ ನಾಟ್ ಫಾರ್ ಎ ಮೂಮೆಂಟ್, ಕೀಪ್ ಮೂವಿಂಗ್ ಅಂಟಿಲ್ ಯು ರೀಚ್ ದ ಗೋಲ್. ನಿನ್ನೆಯ ಗುರಿಯು ಆತ್ಮದರ್ಶನ, ನಿನ್ನೊಳಗೆ ಇದೆಯ ರತ್ನ. ಬನ್ನ ಪದುದಜಿ ಕ್ಷುದ್ರ ಜೀವನದಿ ಇನ್ನು ತೊಡದಿರು ಮುನ್ನದ ಶಕನೆ. What treasure is that? Treasure is already in you. Why are you struggling in this trivial world? Do not suffer anymore. March on to merge with yourself. ಮಮತೆಯ ದೇಹವು ನೀನೆಂದು ಭ್ರಮಿಸಿರದಿ ನೀ ಎನ್ನೆಂದು ಅಮರ ಆತ್ಮನ ಅಮೃತ ಪುತ್ರನೇ, ಅಮಲಾನಂದದಿ ಪರಿಪೂರ್ಣನು. Do not be under the illusion that you are this mortal body which you love the most. You are the eternal Atman. You are the Son of the Supreme Almighty. You are the Supreme Bliss who are already complete. Now,
Nani auntie sing Maili Chakar.
think we have covered almost all. Now, when we pack everything, let us not forget that the important thing Papa made us aware, there is no divide between spiritual and worldly life. He is with us, He has been with us. He is in the form of life, He is in the form of intelligence, He is in the form of consciousness. If we are unable to bring it in the abstract form, we can give any form. Just like in Pratishtha, they superimpose, Avahanam. Like that, any form we can impose, but we have to try to bring this dimension so that we have to pass beyond the form, through the form to the formless. But this is very important, that He is with us in the form of life, in the form of intelligence, in the form of awareness. And so, right from morning, the moment we get up till we retire to bed, if we try to become aware of this phenomenon, this truth within us, our spiritual journey becomes more and more hastened. In order to give a boost to that, we have been asked to give a name, and in our case it is Ramnam. So Ramnam should enable us to make us more and more aware of His presence. And He also gave us the technique of doing it 5 to 10 minutes a day, where we try to watch everything, witness consciousness, Sarvadi Sakshibhuta. So this we will not forget when we close this ceremony. Now, today there is no official, Bhajan Sandhya. So those who want to do that, they can all come here at 6:45 or 7 o'clock and then do that. Then 7, it can go on till 8 o'clock, and then we have Ramnam. And after Ramnam, usual Artha and everything. At 9:30, we all assemble here. And then we continue with Ramnam till 12 o'clock. And the usual New Year message. And then we start 2024 with, we bid farewell to 2023 with Ramnam. We start 2024 with Ramnam. Huh? Inbuilt mic is there. So again we will repeat. At 6:45, normally we have this Bhajan Sandhya. Today there is no scheduled one. Anybody who would like to have, you can contact Ramdas Prabhu, and then we can have it. Otherwise, we come here and spend some time. Bhajan will be there, normally?
7:30 Ramnam starts.
7:30, yeah?
Ramnam usually starts.
Starts at 7:30.
So many bhajans are there in Bhajana Hall, 6:45 to 7:30.
6:30, that's what 7:30 normally we start.
Yes, sir.
Okay, then failing which, if we don't have, we are not forcing anybody, 7:30 we can have Ramnam, if there is nobody.
Yes.
7:30 we can have Ramnam, and the company goes by.
Up to 8:15, then 8:30 Artha comes.
8:30 Artha will be over. We have got some leisure there. But even then when we come here, instead of talking something, we can have Bhajan or Ramnam again. But 9:30 onward, there will be an official Ramnam session. Half an hour gents, half an hour ladies. We will have a lamp and then do the pradakshina and chant Ramnam. With this background, today Papa has given us the background to get us ourselves rooted in His dimension. Not Ramnam chanting for Ramnam chanting. Ramnam chanting is undertaken, or we have been provided with our facilities to chant His name in this beautiful atmosphere, to remember Him, to remember Him, to remember Him, to get ourselves rooted in Him, rooted in Him, rooted in Him. And with that bhavana, we will continue till 12 o'clock. Half an hour gents, half an hour ladies, do pradakshina. And at 12 o'clock, we will have the New Year message, Papa's words. And then again, when we bid farewell to 2023, 2024 ushers in, and then we start with Ramnam. All our thoughts, words and deeds start with Ramnam. That means we are trying to bring not Ramnam, bring the dimension behind it, remembering Him, remembering Him. So we are praying this time intensely that we should be able to remember You as much as possible during our days' activities. Any activities should enable me to connect with you. With that bhavana, we will chant and then disperse. Tomorrow, those who are leaving tomorrow, please come and collect the prasad. It's a very important one. Mataji is very particular that everyone should carry some prasad. So tomorrow and day after that will also be there. Anyway, we are very, very, very happy that all these 9 days, including the bhajan sandhya yesterday, everything was thrilling.
Swami said
Huh?
Swami said thank you. Swami said thank you.
Thank you, thank you. You should thank him, you know, for having set up this ashram beautifully, organized it. Though initially we thought, many people may not come because of the news spread. 500 people had expressed their desire to come, then when we stopped, because we will not be able to provide them accommodation. So we said, you kindly come after 2nd. Then on 21st or 22nd, news came out in the newspaper about COVID somewhere appearing its face in Trivandrum or somewhere. Then people who are staying outside, they got little panicky, and then they started telephoning. Sundar was telling, I am 60 years old, 55 years old, can I come now? All the way, is there any thing like COVID there? To everyone we said, if you feel like coming, you can come. Otherwise, you need not come now. So and there was a drop in the number. But still, program went on as usual. Those who took part, they took part enthusiastically. And all the satsang also we could find. It was not, even if spent 1 hour is spent or 1.5 hours is spent, people were applying their mind exclusively on the theme so that they can carry home and start building up efforts to fine-tune our sadhana. So on behalf of Papa, we should thank Papa, who is seated in everybody, who has arranged everything. So our thanks only goes to him and him and him only. Hari Om. Shri Ram. Jai Ram. Jai Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.